Alright, hello beautiful souls, welcome to another video, and today we're gonna dive into the song Cleaning My Mirror. So for those who are new here, hello. My name is Emil Sparkle and I am an artist. So what I'm doing in those videos, I explain the lyrics that I wrote so you could have the whole messages and information we have in between, that are in, what was that again? Oh my god, grammar is so difficult. So you could have the information between the lines, okay? There's a lot to say beyond what you hear. And you should know that these songs are made with help of AI. I'm not a musician just yet. So what I'm doing, I use AI to make and create a song. The lyrics are my own, and those songs are meant to share information in a enjoyable and fun way or experience. Okay, so I really believe that if you hear and listen to conscious lyrics, you will gain more information by listening to something that sounds nice in your ear, and not just, reading articles and needing to be in lectures and so on. I'm not saying not to do that, but this is a way that it will flow. This information could flow into you. Alrighty, so just gonna make sure that everything is okay, open, and that we are ready to start. You should know that this is not the only kind of form of arts that I do. I do many kinds. It's just that this period of time I'm sharing with you songs. But in the near future, I'm going to share some videos about drawing, painting, maybe sculpturing and building, and also some video arts, journaling, writing, any kind of form actually of art, because I do believe that when we want to learn, we need to have some fun and creativity. And how can we do that if not by art forms? All right, so let's start. Awesome.
I'm walking far, even further, on the lands of beloved Mother Nature. Yet I found it deja vu to say it too. I lived it before to find out. I knew without doubt.
Awesome. Okay, so this verse is representing the beginning of self-awakening. So how this journey begins? It begins with, what the heck I have here? It begins with a choice to explore more, to be more, to see what is beyond life. And when you do that, you start to travel. Now you travel in places not outside of you, but inside of you. You go inward and explore. I'm walking far, even further, on the lands of beloved Mother Nature. It's actually speaking about grounding act, because it's extremely important, and yeah, it is extremely in sometimes, to keep yourself grounded when you start your spiritual awakening, because when you start to explore some different realms and any kind of content of spirituality, it will you will be driven towards that, and it's very easy to get to keep on seeking and exploring those areas and neglect your body. So you need to be in balance when you start to do this journey. To keep you with feet on the ground while you learn to expand your consciousness, it's a great way to be connected to earth and be grounded. Just physically be walking barefoot on natural site. It's doing the work. You can do meditation, you can do some rituals with the elements of Mother Nature, but being in nature and with it, it's very grounding and also empowering. Mother Nature always nourishing you. So that helps you to nourish your physical body and some other layers, but then you will have the stability. It will be steady and balanced, and you have equilibrium in your experience, and you won't work only on your higher chakras and be there while trying to avoid your reality, the life that you are living in this reality. It needs to be balanced. Yep. Okay. So right, I've said all that. So yet I found it deja vu to say it too. It's talking about our karmic circles and reincarnations. Everything I'm speaking, everything I'm telling you, you already know. It's just a act of remembering. So you will have, when you start your journey, your spiritual journey, you will have a lot of deja vu, like, I've done that, I've done this, where that happened. So it might be something from your past lives or in your early age, but you're gonna do some cycles or to remember who you are and what you are and having those spiritual experiences. I lived it before to find out and knew without doubt. What's going on today? So yeah, this is speaking about your starting point to understand that it's all memories that coming up in your mind. All right, let's continue.
To find me, I left to find me. Surprisingly, it made me free. Now I'm living in synchronicities and joyous dreams. I'm getting out of the booth, cleaning my mirror's reflection to see.
Awesome. Okay, so I left to find me. Surprisingly, it made me free. Now I'm living in synchronicities and joyous dreams. This is speaking about you understanding some laws of the universe and how to live with this knowledge. For example, many of us know that there's the law of attraction, and we're learning how to manifest our lives. So when you get to, again, those spiritual experiences and understanding that you are the creator of your life, then you will start to live in synchronicities. Nothing is a coincidence and nothing is by mistake. When you align with the life that you dream of, then you get that. You need to get there. It's a frequency. And so when you get there, you will seems to have it all. But you do. You have it all. I mean, you always been. It's just, again, remembering how to use those laws of the universe. So the law of attraction is when you acknowledge your frequency and learning how to get in the frequency where your dreams are made in parallel realities. And when you get there, you will live the dream that you wished for. So of course it's gonna be joyous and very dreamy like, but this is your life because you are create your own reality, no one else's. I'm getting out of a booth, cleaning my mirror's reflection to see truth. Now, this is part when you start to do your inner self journey. You learn that you've been, I wouldn't, maybe for some of us it feels like a cage, for some of us it feels like a booth or a closed space, a box that you need to just burst out of it, or for some gentle souls just to walk outside. And so when you do that, you realize that there's a lot of things in you that you need to not taking for granted and to clean, or to clear, because there's many times we are in a situation in life and we think that we are acting as we are, but when you do this journey, you realize I'm not this person. I'm not reacting. This is not my true reaction to whatever is happening. This is not my soul. This is not my personality. We realize that we've been having masks, and of course we are very knowledgeable and aware of our masks when we are wearing them, but there are inner masks that we neglect and put aside. So when you start your journey, you realize that there are still some masks that you need to pull down or wear down, you say that, to get to your true self. So cleaning my mirror's reflection to see truth is about inner reflection. It's about doing shadow work. It's about learning who you truly are and what is it that not quite fit to your character now. You need to find your true self and be honest. This is, I think, the most important step that you can do in your any kind of self journey. Be honest with yourself that you've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's okay. There's no one to blame. There is no one to criticize. It happened because you needed to do this lesson. So don't be harsh on yourself when you start your journey. In the whole process of your journey, be very kind to yourself. You are here to learn, to study who you truly are. And sometimes we do mistakes and we learn from that.
I lived for others, knowing my mess, yet leaving it uncured. So I breathe, feeling secure.
Awesome. For years, I've lived for others, knowing my mess, yet leaving it uncured. So I breathe, feeling secure. Now, this is kind of personal, but I do feel like many of you will resonate with that, especially empaths. So for years, I lived for others means that I was a people pleaser, and I didn't know that. And I've got my signs, and some close people or close friends told me about that, and I couldn't map it and be honest with myself and like, I'm not giving my power to others. There's no way. So it took me years to understand that. And I've learned also in my experience with people and relationships and with friends that I was pleasing so many at my work. And like I said, some friends, I was pleasing them without being myself. And then it comes to your surface. When you understand that you've been untrue to yourself, then you will have like those memories of, right, I was trying to do and to be myself, but I've got not distracted, moved away. Okay, people wouldn't want to listen to my true self, so you know, I just didn't do that again, and I was pleasing people. So knowing my mess is knowing that I'm doing something wrong and yet leaving it uncured. I was living for years like that because it was my comfortable zone. I didn't want to fight anyone. I didn't want to open up my experiences because people wouldn't believe me or people would like to hear, but they would like me to explain everything. And I didn't want those conversations. I wanted people that experienced those um, same events or whatever and share that. I didn't want to be drained emotionally and energetically, so I stopped. I was in my comfort zone and I wasn't me for many years. So I breathe, feeling secured. When I take a deep breath, every time that I'm like, I need to handle that and keep my mask on so everything will be calm. I didn't want any arguments. So yeah, I was keeping doing that. But again, this is part of your journey. You learn by giving those moments, bring them up on surface and cure them. It has to happen.
The journey to thyself is a solo ride with spiritual guide.
Okay, so, but the journey to thyself is a solo ride with a spiritual guide. This talks about your process. When you start your journey, know that you might lose a lot of relationships, a lot of connections. So it will be a solo ride because it's a self journey. But when you do that, you'll change to your true self. And when you do that, a lot of people that are saying that knew you for years will say, well, this is not you. You've never been like that. And, I really think that when we talk and say that to other people, saying them, I know who you are. I feel like this is very arrogant state to put because we always learning ourselves more and more parts of us. So when someone puts you in a layer, it's not a label, but kind of a definition of who you are and what you do and what you like and what you don't, then it's very arrogant to say that because we don't know who we are until we know and then we lose it. So we're learning how to be no one. So it's quite funny to announce this on other person, especially when you don't know who your true self is. Right? So yeah, this is a solo ride that you will need to endure that because as you change, a very big part of your environment will stay the same, and you will have to keep climb this mountain of consciousness and let the things that are in the past to stay in the past, or let the people who don't want to change to be uh, in the beginning of the mountain. If they don't want to climb this consciousness mountain with you, then they will stay there. Don't try to go back and lift them up because everybody has their own path and their own time of awakening. Now, with the spiritual guide, that is a big hope to talk about. You're not really alone. In the spiritual realm, you have your guardian angel, you have spiritual guides from your spirit guides, also spiritual guide from your soul family, your ancestors, some ascended masters. There's a lot of beings and spirits that are here to support you. So when you go into this journey, learn a little bit about those beings, and when it gets a bit harsh, call upon them. They will help you. Some of us know how to be alone, so this is very much natural for them, but some people are just never been and never could be capable of being alone. They always needed another person to be next to them. They couldn't sit down and listen to silence. They always needed a company. So know that when you are in those situations that you feel this is too much for you or too harsh, call upon your spiritual guides. It's quite fun. Try that.
I'm getting out of now I can tell, now I found me in the cracks of a river, in the dew in the air. I always been and be a giver, just now with grace to my heart.
Alright, so now I can tell, now I found me in the cracks of the river, in the dew in the air. Well, this is the connection that you get through your journey with Mother Earth. You realize that you are a cell of Mother Nature. We are part of her. We are not just living beings that are living on rent on Earth, but we are part of this organic creation living being. Right? We are part of Mother Nature. It's just, yeah, okay, I don't know what to say more. I always been and be a giver, just now with grace to my highest. And this is a very important lesson for our beloved empaths. You know, empath came with a lot of giving energy, a lot. And they have a big heart and they give because this is very natural. It's like built in within them. So they cannot not give. We all givers, by the way. It's something natural that we have within us, but in empath having it more in extreme way. They can give and die, like dying in the same time, because energetically, because they give so much. So remember that even you are an empath and you say no, you're still a giver. This is one of your biggest lessons, to learn when to put boundaries and say no to people, those that you are love and those that you know, and especially those who know how to manipulate you, not by harming you, but using your potential, because givers are also gifted with giving gifts, like any kind of, it can be creativity, it can be emotionally understanding, like how you say, I think they say intellectual, emotional intellect, I think. Beside of that, you can be a giver, as a teacher, as someone who gives information and so on. Just now, with grace to my higher, means that now you can see yourself, because empaths don't see themselves a lot. Okay, they see the first person they will see will be the other. They won't see themselves in the situation. They always will seek how to give to the person in front of them or the environment they are living in. So when you start your awakening journey of the self, you understand that you need to take care of yourself. So be graceful for your higher self. Be graceful for your needs. That's okay to say no, and that's okay to say, well, I have my own needs that I need to take care of, and me is first. Okay? You empaths are so incredible, powerful. Without you, we couldn't even learn this word of loving and sharing. So we don't want you dying, okay? So keep yourself in a high frequency and high awareness that this is okay to take care of your own needs. All right? Take care. Take care.
Learning to become stronger. Looking in the eyes of no stranger. I don't wanna say sorry no more. I can look at me and restore. Cleaning my mirror.
Awesome. Okay, so learning to become stronger, it's when you do your self-awakening journey or self-healing journey, you become stronger by understanding who you are, what you need, how to transform, how to react to events differently, how to be more in the present moment. And yeah, you will change. You will learn the lessons that you need to learn here on your karmic circle. Yeah, in this lifetime. And keep cleaning your inner mirror to understand yourself more. And this is one of the lessons that puts you in self-awareness. Many people are not aware of what they're doing. They are on autopilot, or they're doing something that they've done for years, like helping people more than giving to yourself. And when you learn to be aware, cleaning your inner mirror, then you realize, oh, I've done that for so many years. Why is that? Okay, let's fix that. Let's work on that. Looking in the eyes of no stranger. You know, when we looking in the mirror, it's a daily routine. We don't quite look in our eyes and seeking for our soul, but we're looking at the reflection to see if we find if the hair is in the same spot like yesterday. Every hair, in the same spot. But we are not looking into ourselves. So now when you are aware, you are looking into your own reflection. So there is no stranger there. There is no a figure that you don't know, or a figure full of masks. Now it's your true self. I don't want to say sorry no more. I can look at me and restore me. You can restore yourself any moment. It's never too late. It's never too late to start and care for yourself. I don't want to say sorry no more. It's when you realize that it can be literally saying sorry for acting as you are, but this is you. Why to say sorry? Those people who will reject your response are not the people that needs to be in your life at the moment. Just be who you are. Don't say sorry about being you. And yeah, I think we finished here. We do. Anything else? I don't think so. But today I didn't put some notes. I just read the lyrics, and hopefully it was smoother. I'm working on my speech, so yeah. And with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for listening, and hopefully you've been given some information of how to start your journey and what you can experience in this process. And remember to take care of yourself. You are amazing. Beautiful, gorgeous soul. No one will take it from you. So be aware of how gorgeous you are and take care. Until the next one, have a wonderful day and cheers.